Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Generation Millennium. I'm your visually impaired host, Jeff Romanis, and this is, I believe, episode 3 of my Brilliant Diamond, visually impaired playthrough. And when we last left off, we made it to Harkham City here, and we essentially just, the only thing you have to do here is just go to the contest hall, talk to our mom, go through the cutscene stuff, and then we can essentially make our way out of here. But we get interrupted by a rival. Hello, me, I suppose. I mean, I named her after me, our rival, and he wants to battle us now because it's been a while since we had a battle with him. Last time we battled, I believe it was on the way to Orbrick City, outside of, on the outskirts of Jubilife. Hey, wait, does he still have a Starly? I don't know why he still had that. And I've noticed as of late in my last few episodes, apparently, maybe it's because you can hear over my, because there's no music and whatnot, just my voice talking, but my controller has a lot of clicking because I'm trying to get through this cutscene as quickly as possible, so I apologize for all the clicking you might hear, but I mean, there's a lot of text. I'm trying to spam my way through all that text, so I apologize just for that. So I switched to a different controller, hoping that the clicking sound goes down drastically. This is the controller I used before was my, I suppose you can call it my wired controller, whereas the controller I have now is my wireless Pro controller. It's just, I don't use this one as much because it's wireless and it runs on batteries, and batteries aren't infinite, so I try to use this one sparingly, but for the case of recordings, I might switch to this one. But anyways, I hope you guys have been well, and I've looked at some of the videos. It looks like my BDSP playthrough is currently a bit more popular than my Let's Go playthroughs. Also considering that those episodes are only up to like the second one, and well, in Let's Go, I guess people aren't interested in seeing me sweep the game with a Nidoking, although according to my friends, getting to Celadon City, defeating all the game corner stuff within 4 episodes wise, even if said 4 episodes only are like an hour long, they still think that's quite the sweep I'm going through of the game. And well, I mean, I don't think I've ever mentioned to them the fact I'm using like high-level AV trained Pokemon and whatnot to sweep through the game, so yeah, that's why those games are going by quickly. On the way, as I prefaced in the last episode, we are now heading out to the east side of Harkham City to route, what is this, 207, 8, somewhere around there. And there's going to be quite a few trainers here that, unfortunately, I'm always terrible at attempting to skip the battles on, because they're all over the place. But if you recall, in the last episode, we picked up an item called the Odd Keystone from that one NPC who was like hiding in the corner of that one route. Essentially, there's going to be a place here in the bottom right corner of the map called the Hollow Tower. You essentially enter the Odd Keystone, like you have the option to like place it there, and once you do, essentially it just shows you the Hollow Tower. And the game never really quite tells you what you're supposed to do after that. What you're supposed to do is go into the Grand Underground, and then there'll be like somewhere around 32 to 40 NPCs you can find down there, and you need to interact with up to 32 of them at the bare minimum. And once you do, you can interact with the Hollow Tower, and it'll spawn for you a Spiritomb encounter, essentially, and that's how you're supposed to encounter and catch Spiritomb in this game. It's a little convoluted compared to the original games of Diamond and Pearl, because back then the Underground was actually a multiplayer area. I mean, not to say it's not multiplayer now, just less multiplayer, to put it bluntly. Because they took away the secret bases stuff, and the fact you can like do capture the flag, you can lay down like traps and whatnot all over the place. And yes, while the original games, the Underground was very janky when you did multiplayer, because the connections back then on the Nintendo DS was not that powerful compared to what we have now on Nintendo Switch. But for some reason, they decided to just remove all that stuff for BDSP, and I mean, the secret bases are still there, just the only thing they're really good for is just putting down different statues. Like the digging aspect of the Underground is still there. You can dig up fossils, pearls, spheres, shards, and whatnot, just like the original game. But the difference is that they added in 2 additional items, the first of which are mysterious shards, which you get in the post game, so that doesn't matter right now. But the real attraction are these special boxes And when you open those boxes, you get statues of a variety of Pokemon based on actual Pokemon, of course. What you're supposed to do is place each of those statues into your secret base, and depending on the typings of those boxes that you lay down, different kinds of Pokemon can spawn. Like say you push down like a bunch of grass type statues, you'll increase the odds of grass type Pokemon spawning in the underground hollows. Or if you put down a bunch of fire statues, then it increases the odds of fire types and whatnot. And the statues themselves also come in. People just refer to them as shiny statues because they have the little shiny symbol the same way shiny Pokemon do when you look in their summary page. It's essentially the same symbol, so people have just referred to them as shiny statues, just to simplify it. And if you place a bunch of those down, the odds of those types appearing are increased a lot more than just regular statues. And that's all you really do to decorate your base. I mean, it's not really a base you're decorating, but bottom line is you put them down and you decorate the base, and you just increase the odds of you coming across certain types of Pokemon, which makes hunting down certain Pokemon you're looking for in the Grand Underground easier if you've found enough of those statues. And then, anyway, if you manage to find 100 different statues, which this is a combination of regular and shiny statues, then you actually earn a trainer star onto your trainer card. Now, I'm not sure I mentioned it previously, but your trainer card actually increases in rank as you complete certain tasks in the game. Like the game starts off in the base color. Let's see. I don't know if I have any stars right now. I don't think so. So that might be the one I have right now. May just have to be the basic star, or just like no star. So it's like the basic training card. But there are 5 different accomplishments you can get in the game, which essentially it's a kind of, I guess you can call it like a tracking system of sorts that the older games like these kind of track your accomplishments in the game, which are essentially what Game Freak developers like intend for players to do in order to like beat like all the side quests the game has to offer. Like number 1 is the first star people always get is just becoming champion and being Elite Four and all that stuff. So that's the first one pretty much everyone has. After that, the next one that some people might have is completing the national dex. Because completing the Pokedex is kind of the main goal of all Pokemon games. So that's the second one that people might earn. And then once you have 100 different statues, then you gain another star. That's number 3. Although in the original games, I believe that requirement used to be you had to collect 100 flags via the underground feature. But since the flags are no longer there, they just replaced it with the statues, which can be a bit annoying to get. But if you're running around the Grand Underground trying to find Pokemon, then you're digging around and all this stuff for fossils, because in the post game you can find all the previous generation fossils from gens 1 through 3 down there, so alongside the Gen 4 fossils, so the odds of you coming across enough statues while doing all that, not to mention finding other Pokemon, is pretty high. And for some reason I find myself stuck in this one section place. Like, what the heck? Let me out! Let me out! But beyond that, then the next 2, the final 2 stars, are pretty much the ones that most people probably won't have. Most people probably just get themselves stuck at having 3 stars and not more than that, or maybe at the very least 4. Because the 4th and 5th stars are interchangeable. It doesn't matter what order you get them in, just as long as you get them. But the last 2 are probably the ones that most people don't have. One of them just requires you to get a master rank when you're doing a Pokemon contest. Which, I mean, contests they were made somewhat more simplified in this game compared to the original, but they're still a tad annoying to deal with. And then the 5th and the final requirement is probably the one that some probably have, and those depend on their dedication. You need to get 100 straight wins at the Battle Tower. Doesn't matter which battle format, I believe, but as long as you get 100 straight wins, you get the requirements. And given the fact that this game is restricted to the 493 Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh Pokemon. And on top of that, since the movesets have been like nerfed in this game, like I'm still ticked off, like say a Pokemon like say Cloyster, for example, his moveset has been totally nerfed. Well, not totally, but quite a bit restricted by the fact he still has Ice School Spear and Rock Blast, I believe, but he doesn't have Twin Needle or whatever the other move was. But yeah, And what a surprise, I actually came across the Chansey. That's kind of rare on this route, but I'm not going to bother trying to catch it, although I find it funny you can find Chansey on this route when you can also find its pre-evolution Hapiti. And then for version exclusives, I think you can find Mime Jr. or Bonsley on this route too. And I think this is also the first route in which B-Barrel also can appear alongside its pre-evolution Bidoof. And I think... I'll switch to the D-pad. Is this the Pokemon Center or Pokemart? Okay, Pokemon Center, good. I want to heal some power points because I haven't done that in a while. But enough of my rambling about the trainer stars. You know, it's kind of funny to be talking about them at this point in the game. But the next point of contention you're supposed to deal with is to head back down to this route. And, dang it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that battle. Well, I'm going to waste up some more power points here, but oh well. It's not the worst. Except you probably noticed that a lot of trainers on this route have like a baby Pokemon. I like to refer to this as the breeder route. I mean, it does make sense considering the breeder house is in Salacion Town, that town we just entered, healed, and left from. So it does make sense that this route has a lot of breeders in it, considering I'm pretty sure they're all been breeding. Did you just one of you use protect? How rude. Yep, protect. Screw you. Wasting my power points. But luckily it looks like they don't have more Pokemon, so I'm not going to be using too many power points here. So don't send any more Pokemon, please. Thank you. Whew. I had to waste some more power points, but oh well. Always want to make sure I keep Dazzling Gleam at the ready just in case I come across more double battles. And I know that on the route following this, there will be a double battle I have to deal with, and it's one of the first double battles I encountered that made me realize the fact that I need to have 2 Pokemon in the party, or else I'll be forced to deal with those double battles one at a time rather than 2 at once. Really wish I still kept the formula Sword and Shield. Like, if you don't have more than 1 Pokemon, like you just have 1 Pokemon in your party, then you can skip said double battles. It's how you can kind of skip certain sections of Sword and Shield, actually. Like, if you went through the Gloomber Tangled, there's only like 1 fight that you're required to deal with, but if you only have 1 Pokemon in your party, then you can pretty much just skip that 1 battle, and because of that, you can just essentially just glide your way through Gloomber Tangled in like under 30 seconds. Like, that place is a pretty short area, it should be true, unless you explore it like fully and completely. But if you decide to go straight from Stow-on-Side all the way to what's it called, Baloney, but essentially you can just skip your way through Gloomber Tangled in like under 3 seconds if you skip that 1 battle, which I always do. All you have to do is deposit the rest of your team into your boxes to just zoom your way through. It's easy as that. And you can also use that little trick to skip a few other double battles in the game, like on Route 10 on the way to Winden. There's like 1 final, which is kind of like the victory road of the game, I guess you can call it. There's like 1 final battle that's like a double battle. You can skip that last one by having only 1 Pokemon in your party. And right now I'm just going to this like place, I think it's called the Lost Tower or something. Essentially we need to get to the top here because unfortunately we need to traverse this tower in order to get the escape rope item. I mean, not escape rope. I mean, I wish I had an escape rope to get out to here, but I need to get the HM for strength because unfortunately you have to get it here for some strange reason. But as you can see, this place is very white background colored, so I mean, you can think of it as a Sinnoh's nerfed version of the Pokemon Lavender Tower. Shoutouts to Lavender Tower. I'll be going back to there in the next Let's Go episode. But for the time being, I have to deal with this stuff here. And I see some more baby Pokemon. I think that was a Pichu that was just sent out. I really wish Shadow Ball's animation was a bit faster than that. Oh hey, Pikachu. Did you just quick attack me? How dare you? And speaking of Pikachu, enjoy hearing Pikachu's cry in if you play through Sword and Shield or BDSP. Enjoy hearing Pikachu's cry because they removed him Scarlet Violet, as well as Eevee's cry. Which is rather suspicious. The fact that they decided to remove their cries makes you wonder if they're no longer going to be like the mascot in the future. They're going to like maybe choose something a different Pokemon. Like I haven't watched the new anime. What's it called? Pokemon Horizons or something. The one that stars Paldea but no longer has Ash as the main character. But they shifted the point of view to a new protagonist. I haven't watched it yet. It's all been in Japanese. And I have that feeling it's Japanese just with my vision. Just having to constantly stop the anime and then like attempting to read the subtitle, which might take me like a full minute to read the full subtitle just for that one line that they're speaking. So essentially, the average like of 19 episodes could like easily be extended to maybe an hour just for a single episode. I kept stopping and going all the time. So because of that, I don't really watch anime in Japanese anymore, unless I was doing something like comparing like English and Japanese voice acting, and not to mention. Maybe I wanted to just watch the original in Japanese first because I'm impatient. I just wanted to see it because I read like the light novel or something, and I just wanted to just compare stuff. Wait, what the heck? Did you just use Mimic on me or something? But anyways, yeah, like the last time I watched an anime in Japanese, in terms of a newer anime-ish, if you want to call it kind of new, was an anime that was based off a light novel series that I really love. And speaking of which, that said light novel, I think it was either the 8th or 9th volume is coming out later on this month. I think it's actually next week that it releases. It's She Professed Herself Pupil of the Wise Man. Shout out to that. It's a great light novel series and pretty funny, but because of certain aspects of it, I guess it's a bit for mature audiences who can handle the content. I mean, it's not like that bad, but like there are certain nuances about it that I guess a more mature person has to be able to take because a younger audience may not be able to appreciate the humor involved. Because they removed a lot of some of those scenes from the anime adaptation, which I've found a bit disappointing, but if they included like every single nuance and detail from the light novel, then I guess the anime would easily have lasted maybe up to the general 24 episodes that some anime go for, except nowadays most anime seasons last only like 12, 13 episodes, give or take. So the fact they managed to take the first 4 light novels and trim it down to just 13-ish episodes, even though the 13th episode was technically a filler, considering those events never occurred in the light novel. But considering that they wanted to end the first season on somewhat of a high note, I guess I can accept the fact they included that little filler episode. But considering if the second season does come out, the light novel, like second season for that, it's essentially all the action is going to be shifted into high gear because, oh boy, like volumes 5 through 8, the action really begins to like rake up in terms of intensity, story relevance, and plot twists and all that stuff. Like I'm really hyped for the next volume of the light novel because I really can't wait what's going to happen next because things are coming to a head. Like there isn't like basically the story is essentially an isekai story, but it's not your basic one in which to like they get transported to another world, they have to fight the demon lord and all that stuff. Rather, there's an entire organization of humans that are ones who are causing issues, and the final confrontation with these bad humans is really just beginning to come to a head. You know, not to mention that the main character is going to be reunited with her friends and comrades soon. So, I mean, basically, this anime is like a fetch quest of sorts, kind of like what you might see in like a magical girl anime, I suppose, in which she's just traveling around looking for allies, I suppose. You can put it that way. And she's found some of her allies, while others are being a bit difficult to find, and one of those said allies is actually going to be reunited with them. Spoiler alerts, because I think their paths are going to come together because they're going to be fighting for a common goal. So I'm definitely be looking forward to seeing that little reunion. But anyways, as you just saw there, I just got the HM for strength, and now we can get out of here. I just wish this place didn't have wild encounters. I don't understand why. I mean, yes, this is a graveyard, so finding a bunch of ghost types like the ghastly line does make sense, but why are there Zubats in here? This is not a cave! Last I checked, ghosts haunt cemeteries, not bats. Although if you look at the cemetery in, whatchamacallit, the cemetery in Alola, the one that's like on off to the side of Route 2, that one has, I think that's where you can find the Murkrow and Mister's lines, which are version exclusive depending on whether you have Sun or Moon. I think Drifloon appears there, which is another ghost type, so that makes sense. And I guess like also, I mean, Mr. is the ghost type and Murkrow is the dark type, so them hanging out in the cemetery, I guess, also kind of makes sense. And with the dark type motif going on, like when you do the island trial for the fairy gym, I guess it's kind of fitting that the Umbreon dark trainer is hanging out there as well. Ah, dang it! If I was a speedrunner, I'd probably be so overestimated by now. Then again, I think pretty sure by now, since I have 2 badges, most people probably already bought repels and would probably be using them. Me, I'm too stingy to buy repels yet because I'm not at the point in the story which I'm going to visit the Pokemarts and actually buy items yet. But that moment is coming up soon. Just in the once I get to the next city, Veilstone City, after Salacion, I'm not even going to stop by Salacion. All I did there is stop by the heal, then I ran out. I'm just going to do the same here. I'm just going to stop by Salacion, then run out of there. And by stop by, I mean I'm just going to run right through it. Although getting through this blasted Lost Tower place is definitely taking me a bit of time. And getting through the next route also sometimes takes me a bit of time to get through as well. Because I don't know why when it comes to this traversing stuff, like, I don't know why they made the next route like the way it is. It's kind of like a maze of sorts. They like kind of like traverse, like it's just not like a straight route you can just like navigate your way through. Like the last route I was on, the one that took me to like Salacion Town and the Lost Tower here. I don't understand why they just. I mean, it wasn't a maze of sorts, but they definitely made it so you to like navigate through like some hedges and cliffs and whatnot. Don't understand that aspect. Although I think it was maybe like a preface of sorts to Veilstone City. And god dang it. Why am I running to like every single trainer there is now on my way down? And what the heck, you have 3 Pokemon. They're really trying to stall me now. Which really sucks because I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm gonna have to like go to at least 4 forced encounter trainers on my way to Veilstone at the very least. And I just realized, why did I use a grass to move on a poison type? And there's a bug type. I think I'll use Dazzling Gleam. And if some of you out there who are wondering how I know what move is what, because I memorized what order the moves in, I put them in a specific order on purpose. And I believe that was Shellos. I'll just go back to Energy Ball. Now, here's a point of contention. I keep forgetting if Shellos is a water and ground type. I know Gastrodon's evolution is water ground, but some Pokemon, they don't have certain types in their pre-evolution, so Shellos, I know at the very least is water. I don't know if it has a ground typing just yet. Maybe it gains that ground typing after it evolves. That should be the last 4, I believe. Just let me out of here. Let me out! Thank you. And FYI, if you listen to music, the Lost Tower has the same music as the Eternal Forest. I don't understand why, but meh. Anyways, let's get out of here. Oh, you have to press the B button to shift gears and get out of here. Ah, dang. And may as well battle some of these trainers now because I have to battle them eventually when I come back to this area. But yeah, if you want to break Pokemon, Salacion Town is where the daycare is. And they updated it to Generation 8 standards. Well, technically starting Generation 7. That rather than have to pay. I mean, how daycare used to work is that you would have to pay $100 to the daycare man for every level your Pokemon gained, and because Pokemon when you deposit in daycare, every single step you took they gained 1 experience point. So after a while they just like would gain a bunch of levels and whatnot after you've been running around for a while. Which because of that, like say for example you left it like a level 1 Pokemon, then you came back and gained like 33 levels, let's say. So with the initial $100 fee, you'd have to pay a grand total of like $3,400, which can really add up quickly if you keep putting in like newly bred Pokemon and replacing them with older ones because you're breeding for IVs or something. So starting Generation 7, they changed that system so that each time you deposit a Pokemon, it costs $500 flat. There's no additional fees, and they no longer gain levels too, which kind of sucked because they replaced the name from being just from being a Pokemon daycare center to the Pokemon nursery now. So they're specifically just for breeding only, no more gaining levels. Which it does kind of make sense, I guess, because I guess they realized in like Generation 6 people were taking full advantage of the daycare system, and the fact they also just put areas of the game where you can essentially just move your 3DS's analog, so you can essentially make your game run around in an infinite circle. Or I suppose in Omega Red Ball Sapphire's case, an infinite square. So you can just essentially just put a rubber band on your 3DS to have the player move in a specific direction, therefore in an infinite circle or square, depending on which game whether you're playing X and Y or ORAS. And then you can just leave your 3DS on all day while you go to work or school or whatever, come back home, and your Pokemon probably have gained a bunch of levels by then. So it's kind of an easy way to like grind up your team when you're away, which is something I took full advantage of in the X and Y days. So, although in my case I was going to college and I just left my 3DS back at home. I left it plugged in the charger and I put the rubber band and all that stuff. I came back maybe like 8 hours or so later, and boom, my Pokemon, which I did a little bit of leveling up with the Battle Mace on, and I returned home and they were fully decked out with levels and whatnot. So yeah, maybe they didn't want people to continuously abuse that system, so they removed it. Which again sucks, but what are you gonna do? And like I said, I don't know why, but this area of the game really challenges my vision. Like I don't know what's up with that, but I'll know I'm making progress when I find a certain trainer or something or other, or area. I think there's a staircase I can go up here. Then maybe, wait, do I go up here? Go like that. Go down. Then, oh, trainer! I guess I made progress. Ah! Oh, not again! Ah, not again! Ah, there we go. Vision's back. Whew! Is my thing still recording? Yes, it is. Okay, good. And I'm home. I barely got anything done. I'm already halfway through the episode. Screw the Lost Tower. That should not take as long as it. I mean, for me, low vision, all that, it definitely takes me a bit of time to get through it. But especially since I attempted to skip and I somehow bumped it like every single turn on the way down. But for you guys, it's probably take like half the time. Like it took me like, what is this? Like almost half an hour. It should probably take you guys half that time. Maybe like 10 minutes at most. 10 minutes at least. 15 at the most. And screw you and your sturdy. I think I made a comment last time that it was only the Geodude and Onyx lines that has sturdy. Shield Online also has sturdy. Screw them. Thankfully, though, you don't come across that many Shield Ons. I don't know why this one's here. But I think I'll stop talking a bit more and focus on listening to the game. I have my headphones on, plugged into my Switch right now. That's why I can hear the game audio just fine, even though I can't record it on my actual video right now. But at least I have the visuals, and I mean the good news is for having no music playing is the fact that I can't get copyright strike or claims or anything like that with no music on. And considering there's nothing really against using footage or visuals and whatnot from video games, yeah, I don't know how that stuff works, but apparently they care more about audio than they do visuals. But am I going the right direction? essentially you just have to make your way to the right, and eventually you'll be making your way to the bottom right of the area is where you're supposed to be going. Okay, maybe I gotta get my device out to see if I can help me out with this. I'm not trying to read a menu or anything, but I never liked this route for some reason. It's like, it always messes with my vision. Then again, this... Okay, my device is not really helping the situation. I guess I'll have to use the old-fashioned way, just stumble my way around and hope to high heaven. Oh, I think I see my next destination. How do I get over there? Like this? No, wait. Dang it, I prefer dealing with gym puzzles than this crap. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This particular route, I don't know why they decided to design this place, this particular route to be... It's not like a maze per se, but they decided to like incorporate a little like navigation puzzle of sorts to traverse your way through rather than just being a straight traverse to the... like a straight path to the next town area like the previous routes have been. Like, I mean, yes, there have been cliffs and hedges, but they haven't been like this, where you have to like go up and down stairs, cliffs, and whatnot. It's like, who designed this? Like, I really want to slap them in the face for this. Like, I'll know when I'm making progress because there are some trainer battles I don't think you can skip. So if I encounter those trainers, I know I'm making progress the right direction. There should be at least 2 more mandatory battles I have to go through, and the fact I haven't found the second one yet is telling me I haven't made progress. Although I think I see where I'm supposed to be going, I just haven't made my way to those areas. Alright, you know what? Let's see. Wait, does this thing still have that function? Looking at my control device here. Oh, I think it does. Okay, I think I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'll be right back when I manage to get my way through this blasted route. Rather than wasting you guys' time, I'll meet you guys at the next trainer battle. Alrighty, I believe I'm back on track. Yep. 2 trainers here. This is definitely the last area. I guess I skipped one. I managed to skip one trainer battle because I believe there are 2 trainers I had to battle, but maybe one of them was a spinner. And I managed to actually get to skip my way past said spinner. So, anyways, this is like the mandatory double battle you have to kind of go through to get through this area. But we're pretty much almost at the next area. So, yay! I was worried that this area would take a bit longer, but well, I unplugged my switch from the dock and I put it under my special CCTV device thing with a reverse contrast so I can actually see what's actually on the screen. Wait, did this guy just send out an Alakazam? Yeah, intimidate, blah blah blah. But I think this battle is mandatory, so imagine having to go through this in like a speed run. That could be a bit intimidating, but since you can essentially skip double battles by talking to each of these trainers one by one, that's where you can skip doing this battle as a double battle. But at the same time, having to deal with that Gyarados, whew! Because even at this point in the game, Gyarados can be a little bit intimidating to deal with, which is, I mean, a bit fitting considering its ability. But then the gate should be here. Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Veilstone City, the city of meteorites. So if you had managed to like transfer in a Deoxys from Pokemon Home into BDSP, or if you're playing the original Sinnoh games and you manage to transfer Deoxys into your Diamond and Pearl Platinum games, there are a bunch of meteorites you can find in like craters around here. You interact with them with Deoxys in your party, and that's how you can change their forms. Because Deoxys has 4 different forms, being the neutral base form, the attack form, defense form, and speed form. Well, interestingly enough, if you were to play the Game Boy Advance games, depending on which game you played, Deoxys' form was dependent on which game it was in. So like Ruby and Sapphire, it was in the default form. Emerald made into its speed form. Fire Red put it into attack form, and Leaf Green put it into defense form. Like you didn't get to choose back then. It was all determined based on which game Deoxys is in. Which is a little annoying, but kind of cool at the same time. So when you could transfer it over to Generation 4, they made it so you can shift its form as you please. And now this is the point of the game where I do some shopping. Just to be safe, because I can be a little bit paranoid at certain aspects. Let's see, max potion. Just buy 3 of those. Or 10 actually. Why did I say 3? Rule of 3 is Kingdom Hearts, not Pokemon. Anyway, scroll down here. I think there should be an item that's typically not supposed to be available for sale at this point, but I don't think I need full heals. Like maybe it's the next counter over. They should be here. Let me see. What do you have for sale? No steel potions. Dang it. Maybe it's a different counter. Should be here somewhere. I know it's here. This is potions. Where's the guy that sells Pokeballs or something? Or maybe it's the guy a little bit further on the left there. Let's see. Yep, you say Pokeballs, and yeah, you can actually buy Great Balls and Ultra Balls here, but I'm interested in those at the moment. What I'm interested to buy from you is down here. Yep, there, Max Repel. I'll take 30 of those, thank you. Because 30 is all I think I should need to get through the rest of the game. And then we'll go up to the next level. If I can't find the elevator. Oh, nope. Wait, oh, the elevator's on this side. Oops, my bad. Visually impaired, am I right, guys? Yep, there we go. And then I think the guy I'm looking for, I think is up here. And I think you have what I'm looking for. Yep. I just need to find the correct item to purchase. Let's see. You have XP, I'll buy you, but first I want to buy something else before I buy that one. Where are you? There we go, X special attack. I don't know why you're down here. I think I'll just buy 10. They're not that expensive. And then move back up here. Just make sure that I'm highlighted over X speed. Buy 10 of you. Not that I really need that many, just nice, easy round number to have. So yeah, that's all I really need to purchase. Done. This is my one and only shopping trip for the entire playthrough. And I'm already fully healed, so it's time to take on the gym. Although I guess while I'm here, let's head into the bag. Just do some quick ordering of operations. And there we go. That should be everything. I just want to make sure that all the items I care about are in the correct order. In the gym, just have to go all the way down here. The route to the next city is down there, but I won't be going there just yet. Is they have to go all the way around up here. And I think our friendly rival Lucas should be around here somewhere. There we go. So essentially what he's telling us that after we beat the gym, he wants to talk to us about something, which, to put it bluntly, he lost his Pokedex and he wants us to help him get it back. Because he somehow lost it. He's quite the butterfingers apparently. And I want to speed my way through this gym challenge because this is one of my least favorite puzzles. I mean, it's not a hard puzzle to figure out unless it's your first time doing it, you don't have like, and then you have like no idea what in the world you're doing or up to. Then I can understand why it can be a bit confusing. Like, the first time when I bought Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, like it's been like forever since I played a Sinnoh game, I was like, stuck on this puzzle for like half an hour. Hopefully it will not take me that long for this playthrough because I actually know what I'm supposed to be doing. I just won't be picture perfect because, well, you know, vision. But I do have a good gist of what I'm supposed to be doing. What the heck? Wait, what move was that? Bullet Punch? What was that? What priority move did you hit me with, Meditite? And yes, Meditite, as you can see here, he sent the first Machoke, then Meditite, a Kanto and Hoenn Pokemon because there aren't that many fighting types available in the Sinnoh deck, so they have to rely on older Pokemon for that. Anyways, let's push that. So then we gain access to this little section over here. We push that over. And now that that side is done, we're going to run all the way to the right and take care of this stuff over here. Okay, maybe I do need my device here to somewhat guide me along in which directions I'm supposed to be going in. I think I can walk over here. I push that over there. Move over here. There should be one more thing I can push around here somewhere. There it is. Okay, that concludes my business there. Now I have to focus on the right side stuff here. I'm pushing that. And then, let's see. I suppose if I was streaming, I'd call this my serious time because I need to focus on solving this puzzle, which, like I said, I have a general gist of how all these puzzles are solved. Is just seeing what I'm doing is another issue in itself, because you know, vision is always a thing, always a problem. And I think I mentioned this before, but pretty much most gym trainers are kind of hard to skip. Like, I don't know if you can actually skip these trainers. They're kind of looking in the direction that you're walking, so therefore it's difficult to actually skip them. And here's another Meditite because, again, not many Sinnoh fighting types. Like, I think the only Sinnoh fighting type I can think of off the top of my head is the Riolu and the Lucario line. I'm just imagining if these guys at third gym already were using a Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, and Hitmon top on us, and oh dang it! I keep pulling my game out and ruining the footage. And speaking of footage, okay, it's still recording. And can I move forward? No, I think this blocks, so maybe I have to go back down here. Can I move through here yet? No, do I have to push something up here? Oh, wait. Wait, am I supposed to push anything when I'm already inside here? Nah. Get my device back up. Let's see. Also, I can skip through this section without having to get my device up, but apparently I need it. Maybe I did it to push something over here. Unless I'm looking at the wrong area. Oh, there we go. here. Push that. And then move back up around. I think I have access to the second area now. Yep. I think I have to push something over here. Wait, don't I? I think I have to push something to get the game entrance further into that right area. This part of the puzzle always makes me go back and forth for like, I'm not quite certain what I have to push. Oh, there we go. Then I can go back down. Go up, go up. Then I can go over here, push this, and that should finally open up the final top section so that I can run back around, move up, and then the goal is to push the thing over here, I believe. There we go. Which opens up the one section of the center area, because there are two things on either side you need to eventually push. So now I need to run all the way to the left area and start pushing things around up here. Which thankfully dealing with stuff over here is not as hard. Like the left side is a lot easier than the left, I believe. I just need to be able to see what I'm doing. Unfortunately, things are a little difficult to see when it's reverse contrast because they kind of look similar. Oh wait, I have to push something over here too. Come on, please cooperate. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, I think I have to push that back over. Then I can move upward. And I think there's a trainer here at the battle. Or not. I'm not complaining. Yeah, come on. Am I looking at this properly? Using a handheld device and looking at this on a big screen is rather irritating. This is why I prefer playing in handheld mode, but unfortunately I can't do that in dock mode because I have to record. Wait, is there one more gate I didn't open up? God dang it. Either that or I didn't go up in the right direction. Oh yeah, I didn't go up in the right direction. There's the trainer I was supposed to battle. But at any rate, let me look at the time here. Oh dang, the episode's coming to an end soon. Hopefully I can beat the gym leader in time. Because I really want to stick to my pace of getting one gym badge per episode. Although I get the feeling in the next episode I may very well end up getting 2 gym badges in that episode. If I'm lucky. Because the time span... actually no, it's probably still going to be 1 gym badge because there's that whole fetch quest. I mean, getting to Pistoria City is fast. But then you have to go through the whole section of getting to Celestic Town. That in itself can be quite the ordeal, so that's probably going to take another full episode. But badges 5 and 6 are relatively quick. I can probably get those in 1 episode. And then the whole thing of getting to Snow Point City, that's probably definitely gonna take a full episode on its own, especially the Snow Point Gym puzzle. Alright, device, where am I? There we go. That's been pushed over. Now I can go back down. Once I figure out where down is. Ah, there it is. And then move to the center area. And there's another trainer. This is the last trainer I'm forced to fight before the gym leader. But the gym puzzle should be finished now. Whew. Again, I'm seriously saying you guys could probably finish that puzzle in half the time, but... Or not even half the time, maybe a quarter of the time. I mean, you're probably going to have more difficulty getting through the charity routes because you're probably not going to play the game like I do. I get using level 100 Pokemon so I can get through these gym battles. Well, just all the trainer battles faster. For me, in my vision, my opponents in this game are all these gym puzzles and route obstacles and whatnot. That is my challenge. These trainer battles are not that challenging. So when it comes to playing Pokemon, our difficulties are the complete opposite. You guys, you breeze through these areas and obstacles very easily. They're not no issue at all. Me, those are my real adversaries, my true nemesis. What level are you now? Blup. 28. What do you evolve at? Level 36, I believe. Anyways, just go here. And voila! Gym Leader Maylene, hello! And here's a little fun bit of trivia. So for those of you who know about the English voice actor change that occurred after Pokemon Advanced Battle, when 4Kids had the dub, and then eventually the new, I think Cartoon Network took over the dub, or some other new company, or the Pokemon company itself took full command of it. Well, that also changed the voice actors. However, that doesn't mean that the original voice actors didn't make their return in some way, shape, or form. Like the voice actress who played Misty and Jessie before, she returns to play Maylene. So like a bit of more supporting role because you don't really see Maylene after the Veilstone episodes again. So, but at least she comes back. That's something at least. Although considering that like after the Battle Frontier, you pretty much don't see Misty ever again after that until all the way to like the Alola callback episodes when they introduced like Mega Evolution as a thing. And I still love the fact they had those like Z move versus Mega Evolution kind of battle there in the anime. It was still nice to see. Especially that one battle, I forgot that one guy's name, but his Turtonator versus Brock's Mega Steelix. No, that was cool. And Ash had went up against Misty's Mega Gyarados and like through the battle. I mean, the way that Misty just hides her Mega Stone in her hair was kind of cool. And then Ash was like, "What? Misty too?" Because like he saw Brock had Mega Evolution, which was cool, and then he didn't expect Misty to pull up the same stunt. But anyways, that's badge number 3 down. Let's get out of here. And I guess I have enough time to help out Lucas with his little errand because, again, he somehow lost his Pokedex to Team Galactic because, I don't know, they want the professor's research for some reason. They think since his apprentice is not much of a battle, they thought he'd be easy prey. So let's run our way down here. Ooh, wait, I have to go a little bit more down. Here we go. Then back around. Thankfully, there's a bit of a street here I can kind of follow so I know where I'm kind of going. Wait, I think I'll go a bit more this way. Nope, don't go up that staircase. Oop, oh, I went a little bit too far north that time. Then you go down this way. I don't think I'm going the right way. Wait, am I? Puppy always tells me no. This leads to the Pokemon Center, so that's definitely not it. Time to go down. As I thought it was this direction. What? Wait, is it actually this way? No, it's definitely not. What? I didn't mean to enter that building. And that's, wait, I think that's the date in that department store. So place that staircase, go down this way, run up, then around. Okay, I think now I think I'm back on track. And then they should be around here somewhere. Yep, there we go. So there are these Rocket Grunts and Lucas now confronts them. I forget, this is a team up battle, or do we just battle our own Galactic Grunt? Oh, I think it's a team up battle. Lovely! Lucas is useless. Although I always find it cool the fact that I can see the male and female trainer models right next to each other when they throw their Pokeballs out into battle. And then once again I can just use my Dazzling Gleam to take these guys out. And I think what else I saw was a Beautifly. I recall when I was trying to gather Pokemon for the Patreon decks online. It was a little annoying because I kept catching all these Wurmple and they kept evolving to Casca. I'm like, why is no one evolving to Silcoon? 50% chance, and I kept getting none of what I wanted. And that was pretty interesting that Lucas and Clefairy used that Life Dew there to heal me up. I think the only damage I have right now is just from Pokemon who use Fake Out on me, or some priority move. Beyond that, so I didn't have much damage to heal. But I'll take that heal anyway because I will not be healing for a little while until I make my way down, which is going to be the next episode. I want to wrap up this episode by grabbing an item here. Because this item here that's coming up is better for, like, some people probably forget, and you probably saw this Galactic Gun to run into that building. That's very important because you'll be coming back here later on in the game, so you have to remember this particular spot. Okay. But anyways, you're going to follow the Galactic Guns up here. And you see a little door there? You can't enter that yet because you don't have the key to open it. But there should be an item on the floor over here. Because for some reason, the HM for Fly is just sitting right here. Or rather, the TM in this game. But essentially, in order to use Fly, you need to pick up from this spot. So don't forget that. But yeah, this is going to wrap up this episode. I managed to make my way up to the Lost Tower, Solaceon, through that route, and then take on the Veilstone Gym. So not bad of an episode if I do say myself. So next time when I come back, which I'm uploading Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. So when I do return, it'll be the next episode will be on the next week's Tuesday, hopefully, if I can get the recordings done on time. But when I do come back, I'll be heading down to Pistoria City to get that gym badge, and then going from there will be Celestic Town and back to Hearthome for that gym battle, and so on. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and my links to my social medias will be down below. And please support me via Patreon. If you do, you get access to the home account, which me and other very kind individuals are helping support. To put in Pokemon there to help you guys fill out your living dexes so you can get your shiny charms quickly into your own games. And you can also contribute to that profile as well if you are inclined. You can always contact me via Discord. That's where I'm active a good chunk of the time with messages and whatnot. And at nighttime, we also do voice calls for Dynamax Adventures. If you ever want to get in contact with us for that, I can lead you to a very good Pokemon community and whatnot. And well, that's all I guess I really have to say at the moment. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care.